Are you wondering how to become a better husband today? A lot of guys think that they're just naturally going to be a better husband, or they're already naturally a really good husband, and that's wrong. You may be trending towards being a better husband, but that's probably because you're putting something into place that needed to be put in there. And some guys don't even realize they're not putting that into place. And what is that thing? It really is selflessness. Now, I can hear the voices saying that, oh, you need to step up and it needs to be about you, and women will flourish if it's about you, and you have to be selfless. You want to be a better husband today, the biggest thing you're going to have to do is learn how to lead by serving. Christ himself said, I didn't come to be served, but I came to serve. That's your job. As the head of the family, your job is to serve your wife and your children. Now, that may mean that you're putting in extra hours at work, but how many guys go to work because they're really just trying to avoid their wife? And a lot of times we think, okay, if I stay quiet, if I don't do anything, then my wife will be happy. She's upset about this thing, so it's just better not to have the conflict. It's not to, I'm not going to have the fight. And every situation is different. So if you have a situation where your wife has truly, completely, utterly cast you out, and you guys are just roommates, there's more work to be done than what I'm going to give you. But if you're a husband who you have a decent marriage, but you want to be a better husband, then it means sometimes you got to go into that fray. You got to go into the conflict. You got to go into those hard spots. And what is that? Well, how do you do that? It's discipline. And I'm not talking about the rah discipline of I'm up at 4:30 every morning working out. Because a lot of times, that's people who they love doing that. And that's not discipline. Discipline is doing what you hate as though you love it. And so if you don't like sticking your nose into the conflict with a wife because you have unresolved issues, being a better husband is stepping up and walking into that with selfless intent, with understanding, okay, what is my wife need in this moment, and how am I going to pour into her? How am I going to lead her properly? And it may be, as sexist as this sounds, putting your wife in her place, letting her know, no, these are the boundaries, right? We're not going to argue like that. We're not going to insult each other like that. We're not going to have this view of it. I'm leading this house towards Christ. And as a Christian guy, your job, your responsibility in leading your household is to serve not just your wife and your kids, but to serve the will of God. When you're selfless, you're not just being selfless towards your wife. You're not just serving your wife, serving your kids, right? You're serving God. And that means your will, your purpose, your vision may not be what God is trying to do with you in that moment or that day. I think a lot of people believe, how do I become a better husband? It'll just happen. But to me, that's autopilot. That's decay. If you're not intentional, what you're going to end up doing is you're not going to be disciplined. You're going to be comfortable. And so the things that are easy, well, cool, no problem. You handle those. But it's the things that aren't easy that you know you should be doing as a responsible husband, that it's time to step up and be disciplined. If you can shift your mindset and say, you know what, I am going to do the things I don't want to do in this marriage because I know I need to do them. That discipline shows leadership. That discipline shows that it doesn't matter how I feel or what I want. I care more about my wife and my family than I do about my comfort. So I encourage you, you want to be a better husband today, get disciplined. Every area of your life. That means doing the things you know you should be doing. Doing the stuff you're called to do, even though you hate it. And in fact, when you come up with something that you know you should do, but you really don't want to do, like you and your wife had an argument, you know you need to go talk to her, you know you need to apologize for the crap you said, tell yourself to be disciplined. Say, no, I need to be disciplined. What does that mean? I gotta do the thing I don't want to do. And when you do that, your wife is going to see you as a leader. And women love a husband who is leading well. She can trust him. She can relax around him. She knows that he'll keep the family in line, including her. And this isn't that oppressive narrative. This isn't that beta male put your wife on a pedestal crap. This is just a simple fact that as a man, you're born to lead, but you need to be trained how to do it. And the best way to do that is to train in the discipline of serving. So I hope you implement something today that makes you uncomfortable, that helps you train to become a better man today. If you got any questions, let me know. Let me know in the comments, what are you doing today to become a better man? Thanks, guys.